welcome to our first of many episodes of J&B Sports Talk. Today we're going to talk about many topics. We're going to talk about two season outlooks, including the Carolina Panthers season outlook
and the Los Angeles Lakers season outlook.
We're also going to give you our top 5 teams that have the best chance to win the Super Bowl right now.
And the NBA Finals.
We're also going to give you our top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL and our top 5 wide receivers in the NFL.
And then we're going to do a little game near the end of Keep 5 and Cut 5.
All right, guys, for the first segment of the episode, we are going to talk about Carolina Panthers season breakdown. Dom did the Lakers this episode. I'm going to do the Panthers. Just going to talk about a few signings, what we're going to see for the most part this season, and a couple things. First off, everyone knows last year we went 2-15, had a bad season, and wasn't the greatest. But we made some changes, a lot of changes actually, that people don't realize. Brought in head coach Dave Canales, pretty good coach. He fixed Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield in Tampa.
Yeah.
He'll not fix Bryce Young. Bryce Young doesn't need a fixing, but he'll, support Bryce Young, help him out. And then we also brought in Brad Idzik, offensive coordinator. I believe he was Tampa's receivers coach, or not quarterback coach, receivers coach with Tampa last year. And then a general manager, we brought in Dan Morgan, worked in, I believe, Seattle, but I know he worked in Buffalo with Brandon Beane. And he was with us the last few seasons, assistant to Scott. We fired Scott Bitterfire and we fired Frank Reich. So a lot of changes up there, but not even remotely close to the amount of changes on the offense. We drafted running back Jonathan Brooks out of the draft from Texas. And we also drafted Xavier Legette, Jatavion Sanders, got a few young weapons from the draft, and mainly we got Deontay Johnson in the trade from the Steelers.
That was a big pickup.
And I think we won that trade. Recently signed Michael Jackson from that. So that was a pretty good trade, though. And we also gave 2 guards a lot of money. We signed Robert Hunt to a 5-year, $100 million contract, and we signed Damian Lewis to a 4-year, $53 million contract.
Some big money there.
Yeah. And offensive line is definitely better as long as Ike Ekwonu at left tackle can play good. We know Taylor Moton's going to play good, and we'll have to see how Austin Corbett does at center.
What do you think the records are going to be this year?
Record? I haven't really, I looked at the schedule. I haven't really predicted games yet. We're going to do that eventually as we get close to the season. But as if right now I could see this team, I think I'll give you a floor and ceiling. I think the floor can be 5-6 wins. I feel like that's the worst we can do. Honestly, I think the ceiling, though, can be 9 or 10 and winning the division. I feel like we could really win this division. People say the Falcons got better, but they really don't intimidate me. The Bucks are due for a crash. They've just been lucky. Not lucky, but you know how they're just and then
they're the Bucks. They're really not the best team, but they somehow managed to.
The Saints are, I think, don't know what they're really doing. They have the worst coach in the league, and Derek Carr is not their quarterback. And they have a lot of aging players, especially on the defense side of the ball. So we'll see how this season goes. But yeah, on defense we signed Jadeveon Clowney, A'Shawn Robinson, and we got a few other players. We lost a lot from last season, but we still have Ejiro Vero. He can really work his magic and produce a really good defense. Added Jose Jewell. And we still have J.C. Horn, Derek Brown, Shaq Thompson's been there. He's a leader. We have a lot of good players on the defense side of the ball, and, we got a lot better. I feel like we're a team that's going to shock a lot of people. We got definitely better management, better coaching, and hopefully, I fully believe we're heading in the right direction. And Bryce is our quarterback. I think he's going to do a lot better than people say he is. And never seen people trash on a rookie so much after
It's,
one season.
people always expect the rookies in any sport to just come out and be the best players in the world, the top 5 player in the league. It's
Which rarely happens.
not gonna happen. That's
Um, but yeah, I still believe Bryce is the best quarterback from his class, and CJ had a good last year, but you got to see how he does this year.
Yep.
I think he's a good quarterback. Feel like Bryce now has pretty much everything he needs to go out there and play like himself, and we want to see progress this season. And even if we don't win many games, we want to make sure Dave, Dan, and Bryce are the future, and fully believe they are. And I think we'll see it starting the season. Think we're going in the right way. Keep pounding.
so the Lakers season outlook. They didn't really do much in the offseason, but they got Bronny James for the draft. That's really all they got.
That was a
So,
second round pick, right?
late second rounder, 55th pick. Everybody thought he wasn't even going to get drafted
Really?
because of how bad he was in the summer league. But I know he's gonna put some contribute towards the team this season.
I don't know a lot about the NBA guys, so
Yeah, but he's definitely gonna step up during the season and do something to help out the team. But playing with his dad is definitely gonna be a factor to help him out, to make him get his game up to speed.
That would be good chemistry for them too.
Yeah, they've been playing their whole lives together.
Yeah.
So
I do have a question. What is he gonna call him on the court? Is he gonna call him Dad? Is he gonna call him Daddy? Is he gonna say? Is he gonna say, Dad, throw me the ball?
Probably, honestly. He's either gonna say Braun or Dad. But I have no idea.
That's kind of cool though, like a father playing with their son on the court.
That's cool. But they're definitely going to be a better team this year with the younger players being developed, even though they didn't get too many players. They really didn't get anybody this offseason. Those rookies are younger players are definitely going to be more developed, especially how good those younger players played last season. Because they really did help out the team. They were the big key of how the Lakers played last season, especially with having only 2 older guys on the team. For LeBron and Anthony Davis are the only people over 30 on the team, really. So for all the young people, I think we did really good. And I know they're going to play a lot better this season, have a better record than last season.
How much wins do you think they're going to get this season?
45 to 50. I think they had the lower 40s last season. They're going to be mid to upper 40s, lower 50s this season. They're definitely going to be better.
Guys, we're going to give you our top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. We just want to say before we say this, there's a lot of very good receivers in the NFL.
Yeah,
there's 15 receivers that could go to top 3 tomorrow. So there's very receiver heavy league, very young receiver heavy league.
I got Tyreek Hill at 1. I mean, he's just going from the Chiefs to the Dolphins with that team with Tua at the quarterback, but he's definitely still
fast and
if one of the best, if not the best receiver with his speed in the league.
Yeah. Number 1, I got Chase Claypool.
I wish.
Like
That'd be
he's
nice for
just like I don't know. His route running is very good. He's very polite off the field.
That'd be great for the Bills.
Number 1, I got Justin Jefferson. I think it's clear cut for me. He's had different quarterbacks besides Kirk. There's last year Nick Mullins, Jerron Hall, a lot of different quarterbacks. Last year he suffered a hamstring injury, wasn't fully healthy the whole year. But Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, clear cut 1.
Yeah, I got Jefferson at 2. I mean, you can always
Yeah,
either fight. You can always flip flop like just like Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. You can
yeah,
always. It just depends how they're playing. Flip flop them. However,
yeah.
Jefferson's a little too young, I think, to be putting at 1, especially over Tyreek Hill. But you can always flip flop him. Sometimes Jefferson plays better than Hill. It's always close with those two guys for Jefferson at 1 or 2. But he covered pretty much everything with Jefferson. He's great with the quarterbacks he's had to play with and the team he's had. But,
Number two, I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill. Don just said it. He's can flip flop him if you want. In my opinion, it's clear cut, but um, I get where people are coming from when they say they can Hill could be
yeah.
number one. Hill's just fast. He gets the ball. Tua could throw the ball 2 yards. He'll turn it into 40 real quick.
Yeah. Go screen, get 45 yards out of the play.
Yeah, so that's pretty explainable. Um, Number three, we both got CeeDee Lamb.
Yep. I mean, our lists are the same after the first 2.
Yeah, I
We
just
have the
realized
same
that.
list, so we got
CeeDee Lamb,
AJ Brown
then Jamar Chase.
and Jamar Chase. CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, and Jamar Chase are 3, 4, and 5.
Very close.
They're all very close. You could all flip flop all of them guys too. Really,
Brown's
all kind of close, but
AJ Brown's a very physical, big receiver. Jamar Chase
yeah,
can, obviously Burrow's favorite weapon and CeeDee Lamb's Dak's favorite weapon. Um,
yeah,
a lot of these
they're all
quarterbacks
very
in the league have a good receiver, at least one.
yeah, most of them, yeah.
There's not a lot of teams that doesn't have a really good wide receiver one. Um, yeah, that's our top five wide receivers. Pretty much the same. Just flip flop Spurs too.
Those are pretty much same exact. So we have the same quarterbacks and receivers. They're just all flip flopped a little bit.
Yeah, I think everyone would kind of agree. Maybe
Yeah.
you put
Yeah,
different, like one or two different wide receivers, but I think Jefferson and Hill would be 1 and 2 for
definitely.
90% of people making a
95.
list.
Yeah, most people would pick those two.
Yeah. So that's our top five wide receivers.
Yep.
All right, guys. The next segment we're gonna do is our top five quarterbacks right now in the NFL. Not after the season, not mid-season, right now.
My 5th is C.J. Stroud. He had a pretty good season last season, but not the best Texans team. But this year they're definitely a better team than last year. He's definitely gonna. He was good last year, so he's definitely gonna. I'm gonna see him go up a little bit. I think he's gonna try to do his best to bring that team to even maybe a good playoff run. Who knows? I think he's gonna do a pretty good job with the team he has this year.
Number five, I got Lamar Jackson. Just won MVP. Um, he had a pretty good season. Now he has Derrick Henry on the offense. And
Yeah.
they gonna have a really good run game now. Obviously, Coach Harbaugh, Mark Andrews, Bateman, and a few other players that can play really good. So yeah, Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback.
My 4 spot, I have Joe Burrow. I have Burrow at 4 just because his injury last season, and you never know how good somebody can play right off an injury. Sometimes it takes a little bit, sometimes it takes one game, but you don't know where he's going to be at the start of end of an injury season. So I have him at my 4.
Number four, I got Justin Herbert. They're going to be a very big run team this season, and with Jim Harbaugh, and their receivers aren't great. It's their number one, Joshua Palmer, maybe Quentin Johnson. Ladd McConkey could step up. They got rid of Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and
Yeah,
Austin Eckler.
their best players.
Yeah.
Much.
Brandon Staley was a bad coach. Herbert would have done better. But Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback. Hopefully they give him the tools to elevate and show who he is as a quarterback.
At my 3 spot, I got Lamar Jackson just because he's MVP. Um, I have to put him over Joe Burrow because of his injury. I'm not going to put an MVP, a whole bunch of people over that MVP that was injured last season. But um, Lamar Jackson, I mean, he's got the he said good run game now. Team's getting better. Everybody thought that they were gonna be in the Super Bowl last year. They were a team that would have a very good chance to win it all with Lamar Jackson, but I got him at my 3 spot.
Number 3, I got Josh Allen. I think he's a really good quarterback. Big quarterback. And I just want to kind of say that people think his receiving room got worse when I guess it did, but it's not a huge difference. So have Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir is going to break out. They have two pretty good tight ends, especially Dalton Kincaid, and then they have Dawson Knox, James Cook at running back. They have a pretty good team, and Josh Allen's just a good quarterback. He can run, he can throw. He has a really good arm. He's a good quarterback.
I have Josh Allen at my 2 spot. Um, yeah, he pretty much covered everything with him. He's there. The wide receiver room is just, it's really not much of a difference. Especially, I think Diggs. It was better that Diggs left. There were some things he did that weren't the best. Drama with him. He just, I, I prefer some players, the wide receivers now than him. But Josh Allen definitely is gonna do with what he has and do what he can to elevate the team to farther in the playoffs.
Number 2, I got Joe Burrow. I'm still part of the few people that think Joe Burrow is slightly better than Josh Allen, but you could flip them. They're both similar in different ways. They're really good quarterbacks. A lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL, but I think even though Joe Burrow got hurt last year, he's still second best quarterback in the NFL. I think he's going to do really good this year as long as he stays healthy. And I think we both all can say who number 1 is.
Patrick Mahomes, he's definitely the one. There's not much need to be said about him. He's the clear cut number 1 spot. He's
6, 7 seasons, like 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, nothing much to be said about him.
All right, that's our top 5 quarterbacks. Right, our top 5 teams to win the Super Bowl right now, and the top 5 teams to win the NBA Finals.
Yep.
This is as if right now, if we had to pick 5 safe options that would win the Super Bowl tomorrow. If we thought 5 teams would win the Super Bowl if it was tomorrow. These would be the 5.
These would be the 5
for the
teams
NBA
for the
Finals
NBA
too.
Super Bowl.
All right, so Don, you want to kick us off at number 5?
One of my 5 teams are the Dallas Mavericks. They got second NBA Finals last year. The team's going nothing but up. They have Luka, Kyrie. They got a lot of good players, and they played against a good Celtics team, one that won the championship. I really don't think the Celtics are going to win again, but I think that's why the Mavericks could have a really good chance at winning this season.
One of the teams I got is I think we can all agree, Kansas City Chiefs. Been the best team for the last 2 seasons, and they're probably the best team right now. Obviously they have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth, best friend. Obviously they also have. They obviously have Travis Kelce. They have Rashee Rice. They just drafted Xavier Worthy. Dom's not thrilled about that trade.
Sorry.
And then on the defense side of the ball, they have L'Jarius Sneed, Chris Jones, a few other pieces that will really elevate their game. So, they won the last 2 Super Bowls. Mahomes is the best quarterback, and Kelce's the best tight end, and Andy Reid's the best coach. So when you have all 3, you're going to be competitive. So that's it for the Chiefs.
So for another one of my teams, for the NBA is the Knicks. I think the Knicks have a very good chance at winning the championship. So they played a pretty good Pacers team and lost. The Pacers were good too, but I think the Knicks do have a pretty good chance at winning. Also, they had with Jalen Brunson and with the injuries they had to go through, the teams they had to get through. With the injuries they ended up having, they did pretty good for that Knicks team, and they did what they all they could do.
All right, another team I got is the San Francisco 49ers. I think that's another self-explanatory. They have uh, Kyle Shanahan as a coach. He's always good for the most part. Don't like how he fired Steve Wilkes after the Super Bowl. It wasn't his fault, but
Yeah,
where's Steve Wilkes now? Forgot where he is. He's an advisor, I believe, at a college team. But um, he should. Steve Wilkes, I thought was good. But their team right now, they have Brock Purdy at quarterback. People say he's the only reason he's good is because he has a bunch of players around him. What do you think about that? Like,
well, yeah, he has good players around him, but you know he's the quarterback. He's the reason that the plays are made. He's got to get the ball to where the ball needs to
yeah,
go to make the plays. So he's doing what he can. Team isn't a team without a quarterback.
and you wanna build your you want to give your quarterback good players.
Yeah, you just want to give your quarterback good players to find plays, make plays with.
Yeah. um. So yeah, a lot of teams in the NFL right now have good wide
Yeah,
receivers or tight ends. They always say tight end is the quarterback's best friend. So yeah, like they have Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
yeah,
Defensive side of the ball, they have Lenore, they have Nick Bosa.
yeah. That team's
They have a lot of
stacked.
almost every position. They have a top 10 player at least. So as long as Niners get over the hump in January and February, they can do good things.
Yeah, for my third team, I have the Celtics. Even though I don't think they're gonna win, you know, they just won the championship. They're gonna be a team that can still win it. Even though I don't think they're going to, they're still got to be one of your top five teams to win it, even because they just won.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think they're gonna win, but they have good players. They got a good team. So they're definitely still in the race for it, though.
Another team I got is another kind of layup is Baltimore Ravens. They just added Derrick Henry. That run game's gonna really elevate from what it already was with
Yeah,
Lamar and
that ground game is gonna be very tough to beat.
as long as Derrick Henry doesn't regress or none of that type of stuff, stay healthy. They have a pretty good offense, and obviously their defense. They have many players on there. They did lose Patrick Queen, but they still have Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey. They have a lot of players on that defense that are so good. So they're another good team that has, just like the Niners, they have to get over that hill in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
months of January and February.
Um, well, my fourth team is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They they play very good. They were the one seed. They they played good. You know, they're the one seed. They're a good team, but they're a very young team. So they're 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 in it. They could. There's a chance they could win, but they're one of the top five teams. I think they're gonna win. They're a good team.
All right, at another spot, I got the Lions. Um, they have been ass for years until the other, since Campbell came, built that culture. And last year they were really good. They almost went to the Super Bowl. They should have, honestly.
Yeah,
Just a little couple points off, but they have Jared Goff, top 15 quarterback, one of the best head coaches in the NFL. He's may not be the most X's and O's guy, but they play for him.
they play good.
He gets them hyped up, Dan Campbell, and obviously they have who's going to be a head coach after next season, Ben Johnson, at offense coordinator,
Yeah,
and I believe
their team's gonna be pretty good.
Aaron Glenn is their defense coordinator. He's another good coordinator, but yeah, they have a lot of good players. One of the best receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown. One of the best young tight ends, Sam Laporta.
Yeah,
Iowa's had good history with tight ends recently. George Kittle, but that team's looking pretty good, and they're a very fun team to watch. When
yeah,
they go against these same teams you see every year, the Chiefs, the Ravens. You want the Lions to win, even though you're not even a fan of them.
yeah,
They're a very fun team to watch, and just how they run the plays. Like their culture.
yeah.
It's very fun to watch.
My fifth team is the 76ers, the Philadelphia 76ers. They also played a very good playoff run. They had a very good playoff run. They played pretty good. Joel Embiid, MVP. They did amazing for what they had when he got injured. Joel Embiid got injured, and
Yeah.
he was gone for most of the end of the regular season and for the beginning of the playoffs. Most of the playoffs actually, before the last few games, but they did what they could without Joel Embiid. That he makes that team what that team is. He's the reason that team is so good. But they're definitely gonna be a contender of a fresh season, especially with getting Paul George. Their team's gonna be pretty good.
My last team is the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, a lot of people aren't really
Begging on them to win, but
calling them a big contender, but I feel like they are. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, they're gonna be a really good team. This final segment of the video is a little fun thing to do. We just want to say that before we start this segment, we are going to be doing. You guys can comment any top 5 lists you guys want to see.
yep. We'll answer whatever top 5.
We'll pick one, anyone you could think of, anything. Top
Any top
5,
five.
this, that. We'll pick a random one, and then we'll do it every day. So we're playing a keep 5, cut 5. Explain how it works, in case you don't know.
So there's 10 different like foods or like something like drinks or something, and then you'll either keep the 5 that you like the best and cut the 5 you don't like, or out of the other 5 that you'd rather keep.
All right, who wants to go first? You want to go first? All right.
So
I'll give you your keep 5, cut 5.
Okay.
It's gonna be steak, cheeseburgers, burgers, tacos, pancakes, pasta, ziti, pizza, bacon, cake, and cupcakes. What do you want to keep?
So, as of right now, I'm gonna keep pizza and tacos for the two keeps right now.
Pizza and tacos.
Pizza and tacos are staying. They're staying for sure.
Oh, this is the one.
Pizza and tacos are staying. I'm gonna take out 2 cuts.
Pizza and tacos are staying.
Pizza and tacos are staying. So
Okay.
I'm gonna cut probably ziti.
Cut ziti.
Cut ziti, and probably gonna get a lot of crap for this, but I'm gonna cut cupcakes. I like cake better than cupcakes. The frosting on the cupcakes, I'm not a huge frosting guy for cupcakes.
Yeah.
So cake is definitely better than cupcakes for me. So another keep is I'm definitely gonna keep steak.
Keep steak. Yep.
Keeping steak. I gotta keep burger too.
Yeah.
So I have one more keep left, right?
He has one more keep. He has pancakes, pasta, bacon, or cake left.
So, and I have 2 cuts. So I have to cut. I'm gonna cut pasta.
Pasta.
I'm gonna cut pasta. All right. I can only get to keep one more. I'm gonna cut bacon.
Cut bacon.
It's not healthy for you. It's nice to have every now and then, but for the long run, I did need to cut it.
He has pancakes or cake left. What do you
What
keep?
am I gonna keep? Oof. You know, I'm gonna cut pancakes because you always got waffles.
Okay.
So that's my list.
Number one food rivalry.
So like, if you don't got your pancakes, just get some waffles.
So Dom kept cake, steak, burgers, tacos, and pizza. Alrighty.
It's not a bad list. All right. So we have some of the same things. So because we're just that alike, but okay. So you got pizza, tacos, steak, cookies, milkshakes, pasta, chicken tenders, fries, and subs, like sandwiches.
Alright, so I'm gonna keep tacos and
We keep tacos.
I'm gonna keep chicken tenders. Those are kind of
I knew he was gonna keep some of those.
easy. What's the last one there? Sandwiches.
Sub sandwiches, like sandwiches.
I'm gonna cut sandwiches. This is
Cut
really-
sandwiches.
This is tough. I'm gonna cut pasta.
Cut pasta. Same with me.
Alright, so I got 3 left here.
We got 3 each left. 3 keeps, 3 cuts. Let's see.
I'm gonna keep steak, definitely.
Keep steak. Okay.
I'm gonna I think you gotta keep pizza. You gotta keep pizza.
Yeah, you gotta keep pizza. So you got 1 keep and 3 cuts.
We got cookies, milkshakes, and fries. I'm gonna cut the fries.
Ooh. You're cutting the
You know,
fries.
I got I got a lot of food, but
Cookies and milkshakes are left for 1 cut, 1 keep. What are you keeping? What are you cutting?
I'm keeping milkshakes.
Yeah.
Milkshakes.
That's
There's more in a milkshake than a
kept
cookie.
pizza, tacos, steak, milkshakes, and chicken tenders is what he kept.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for our first of many episodes for J&D Sports Talk. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. You can follow on TikTok and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. You got our comment any top 5 lists you want us to do. Anything ice cream, teams again, whatever top 5 you want us to do. Comment.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.